Today, I'm going to make an authentic chicken karahi. This is from my book, The Karahi Chicken, and I've got a lot of karahi recipes in there. I'm going to show you how it's done today. So I've got a smoking hot karahi here. This is a cast iron karahi, just like you'd see at any karahi street food stall. They do take a while to heat up, so I've added 125 milliliters. That's a half a cup of rapeseed oil, and to that I'm going to add some of these bullet chilies. And they're going to start sizzling right away. And all we're trying to do is blister these a little bit, so they'll cook them through. It's spitting out a bit, so I'm going to step back a bit. So you'll need to be careful about that, but that's part of what makes this dish. It's not probably the easiest dish to make, but once you've made it, you're going to want to make it again, I promise you. So I got these chilies. They're starting to look a little bit blistered on the outside. That's my cue to go ahead and add some garlic. I got quite a few cloves of garlic there. I'm going to add those to it as well. And the garlic, we don't want to burn it, so I've put that into quite big chunks. It's just like smashed cloves. And all I'm trying to do is lightly brown it on the outside. It'll soften on the inside on its own. This is already smelling good, and I haven't hardly even done anything yet. So all this is flavoring this oil. And just so you know, if you were to see this done in Pakistan or northern India, as I did, they would cook the chicken and they deep fry it in a big karahi, just like this, and it'd be deep fried with lots of oil. And what they'd do is they'd pour out most of that oil after the chicken's partially cooked through. They throw out most of the oil, so they always have hot oil to go to the next karahi and keep cooking them, because they'll be cooking for hundreds of people. At home, you don't need to do that. So I just usually add about half a cup, 125 milliliters, and then I go to it. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can start getting some of this out. Like I said, I don't want to burn this. I just want to get it ready. So it's ready. I've got some chilies there that are nicely blistered. I'm going to take those out now. We'll get all the garlic out as well. We're just going to put that to the side for a couple of minutes while I finish off doing this curry. This curry takes about a half hour to cook, but it's a half hour really well spent. So I'm going to go ahead and add some chicken thigh here. This is chicken thigh on the bone. Obviously, if you don't want to cook your chicken thigh on the bone, you can use boneless. But the way this curry is cooked, if you add it on the bone, although it's a little bit harder to eat, it does add a lot of flavor to this sauce. There we are. I'll give this a nice stir here. Just want to really cook the outside of it, because it's going to cook on the inside anyway as I add other ingredients to this and cover it and let it simmer. I want to get this about 50% cooked. The chicken will continue to cook as I continue cooking the recipe. As you can see, there's still quite a lot of oil in there. That's the way karahis are done. There's a lot of people that try to skimp on the oil. You won't get the same sauce. It's just not possible. If you want the real thing, you're going to have to cook it just like I'm doing here. Call it a treat. Make it something you make once a year and really like, if you're worried about all the oil. Okay, now to this, I'm going to start adding, I've got these tomatoes here, I'm just going to start adding them to the top of this. Got about 8 here. And we're going to cover the karahi now for about 8 minutes. The outside of the tomatoes will come off, and we'll just remove those, and it'll give it a nice silky smooth sauce at the end without blending or anything. So let's just go ahead and cover that. One thing I will say is at this stage, I've had this on a high. You're going to want to take it right down to low. So just let it slowly simmer there with those tomatoes in there. Maybe check it once or twice just to give it a stir so the chicken's getting cooked through. And in 8 minutes or so, you can go in there and start taking the skins off the tomatoes. So as you can see, it's been cooking for about 8 minutes. Gonna start removing these tomato skins. They should come right off. If they don't, they will within a few minutes anyway. Look at that, just take them right off. And I'll give you a nice smoother sauce. The chicken has given up quite a lot of moisture, so that's gonna become part of the sauce as well. So, there we are. A little bit more there. Now, I'm gonna start pushing this down with my spatula, right down in there. Look at all that moisture in there now from the chicken, the oil, and the tomatoes. To that, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste. And also got some chili powder, some coriander, and also some cumin. So not a lot of spices go into this. Doesn't need it. It's quite a simple karahi. We'll give this all a nice stir again. Some of the tomato skins are still in there, but they will come out as it cooks. I'm going to now cover this pan again for what will be about another 8 minutes or so. So 16 minutes altogether of covered pan, and you got yourself a karahi. There we are. It's gonna cover that, let it simmer on a lower heat, so medium to low to medium heat, and it'll just break down and build that sauce. It's almost ready. Here we are. So we have here, I see a small piece of tomato skin there. The reason why we're taking those out, those tomato skins, is because they're just not very nice to eat, are they? Now, I just need to add a little bit of yogurt and some chilies and garlic that we fried up earlier. Just gonna add those right back into it. Yum. And some salt here. I'm going to add a little bit of ginger now, but this is just some julienne ginger. I'll add some more when we serve it as well. Look at that. Now this is the way karahis are meant to be. So often, you know, you go out and you order a karahi at a restaurant and they've cooked it in a little pan and they tell you it's a karahi, but it's not. This is a proper chicken karahi. You know something, I forgot to add the yogurt to this. I don't usually add yogurt to my chicken karahi. But it is in the original recipe, so I will add it now. No reason not to. It will taste nice and give it a nice tart flavor. I'll stir that all in. But that is if you want to. You'll get a great flavor with or without it. And I'm gonna give this a try now. That is incredible. I absolutely love karahis when they're done correctly. Thank you so much for watching. I got a lot more recipes on the way. I'll try to make them as good as this, but that's going to be difficult because that is so good. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. This chicken karahi delivers huge flavor using just a handful of fresh ingredients. Tomatoes, ginger, garlic, chilies, ground spices cooked over a high heat. The quick, rustic cooking method creates a rich, aromatic masala that clings to the chicken without being overly heavy or saucy. You've got to give this one a go.